Hello, welcome to this edition of Digital Badge Academy's webcast series. I'm Jim Daniels, your co-host, here along with fellow co-host David Leeser, who is going to kick things off for us today and introduce our special guest. David, over to you.
Yeah, this is a great time to see a new solution. I talked with Sunesh a few days ago about a solution they created as a badge platform. And I was just so impressed with it because it seems to check off all the boxes for the requirements that so many people are looking for today. Everything from how do we start to incorporate digital badges into learning employment records? How do we make sure that we have the learning paths, and stacked credentials built into a format and into a platform that makes it really easy for us to use. So what we're going to do is we're going to kick it off. We have Sudesh, we have Arnav, and we have Shavana. I think, Arnav, you're going to kick us off.
So here we have Solo. Solo stands for Skills, Opportunities, Learnings, and Outcomes. We're a global talent ecosystem that kind of works on reshaping how the education and workforce landscape is, using things like standardization of credentials and learning and employment records. With that, we kind of hope to close that skill gap between education and employment with the very fragmented market that it kind of is right now through engaging learners, employers, educational institutes, and government bodies so that we can collaborate and drive industry advancements. So with today's challenge, our skills and workforce development, traditional credentials like resumes, diplomas, and stuff don't always capture everything that an individual looking for a job knows. They do many other things from outside learnings and workforces using things like Udemy or Coursera and other places to get skills, but there's no way for them to validate all of their credentials and show what they really know. So with that, there's a need for comprehensive talent recognition and solution where they can show all of this and validate their skills and show different places and employers that they know what they're ready to do. Going a little bit deeper into what we think our learners' problems are is there's very fragmented profiles with them not being able to provide a cohesive place for them to show all of their skills. And there's also not a way for it to be validated right now. There's not one place where all of their skills are globally recognized. So it's hard for them to pursue careers in very different paths because one place might accept some of their skills, but the other place not, because there's not a globally recognized way to verify all of their credentials. And then that kind of just goes on to the skill visibility where learners and people who are applying for jobs have a lot of skills, but there's not an easy way for them to show it off. From an institution or educational institutions challenge standpoint, their learning management systems kind of make it hard right now for them to issue out credentials because of the complexity of it, whether they don't have the capability of it, it costs a lot of money. It's hard for them to do these things, and it's a big change for them. So they also are looking for some way to have it so that they can issue out credentials, help people get digital wallets and things like that. And then also they want their learners to no longer have fragmented profiles. They want their learners to be able to get jobs and show all the skills that they have. Then going a little bit more into the employer specific side, talent discovery is a big thing for them. And if they have an easy way to look at all of the verified information that a client or not a client, a potential employee has, it makes talent discovery really easy for them. And it makes credential verification easy for them if there's one place where they can go through and just look at all of their verified information. And it also helps them with their internal talent management system because they can add their own skills through their own platforms, through our platform. So with that, I kind of bring you to our solution Solo, which again stands for Skills, Opportunities, Learning, and Outcome. We're a full ecosystem where the learner, institute, and employer can all come together and empower each other through the uses of LERs, digital credentials, verified wallets, and things like that to come together and offer a bunch of various different learnings. And our ecosystem includes a learning and employment hub, an institution and employer portal, certificate and badge designer for when you're giving out those, credential issuing platform. We have our own identity credential wallet and then API integration suite. And if there's any questions, if there's no questions, I'll get into a quick demo of the platform.
Well, just a comment. I mean, you're definitely hitting on all the sweet spots that are top of mind for people that I know that we deal with on a day-to-day basis. I think a lot of people can find pieces and parts of a solution like this, but so far in what you've shown us here, having all this under one roof, so to speak, seems to be pretty unique. So I'm pretty interested in learning more. I'll let you keep going here.
Dave, any questions from you, or good to
No,
go?
no, I think again, I think the great thing, and one of the things that impressed me when when I was talking with Sudesh was the whole idea of the portal solution that brings everything together and the way it can be customized. So eager to see how it looks.
So here we have our homepage for Solo. You can either sign up as an employer, institution, or learner, depending on what you're looking at or who you are. And then from there, once you have already signed up, created your account for the first time, you just go to the first one, normally sign up. We also offer Google and LinkedIn sign up. That way, just depending on what's easier for you, how you want to sign up on their platform, you can do it. So here we have our homepage. Basically. On the left-hand side, you see a conversation section, and then you see courses, internships, live projects, and stuff on the right-hand side. Before we get more into that, I like starting at your learner profile just because I think that's one of the more important things on our page. But here you can see your profile completion kind of from here. You have your name here, your tagline, however you want to post it, and then however you want to show your just general description of yourself and skills. From here, you can also add things like your GitHub, LinkedIn, website URL, however you want to. Just click on that. Very easy for someone to go to your other profiles on other pages. At the top here, you see all of the skills that you have, and you get these skills from that are pulled from your profile down here, from all of the different courses you take, internships you do, teachings, learnings, and things like that. That all gets pulled and shown here as your top skills. Going a little further down, so again, this is your own profile. You can see all of your education institute that either you can upload or gets uploaded through our platform. You can either view it as a credential or click view more, and you can read all of these different things about your MBA from Solo or your computer engineering degree from Goa Tech Institute. Going a little further down, you can see professional work experience. Here's a Microsoft team lead or Spark Plus technology developer. And same things for the rest of these trainings. You can see all of the different things that you've done as trainings, internships, live projects, courses. And again, these are all yours. Oh, and then hackathons as well. So with that, you can hover over the skill part and you can kind of see the two skills at a quick glance of what you got from completing said course or said live project or said internship. So let's look a little bit more at this web development Goa Tech Institute credential and internship. So when you're done with the internship, you can click view credential here. And it'll pop up as a open badge credential, since we use all open badge standards, that's also verified. You can see the skills and knowledge that you got from it. These are the two main skills that John Doe received from completing this front end course. On the right-hand side here, you can see the credential information. You can see who the issuer is, their website, and say you really enjoyed the course from Goa Tech Institute. You can see more credentials from the issuer as well. Now, as I was talking about earlier, we use open badge standards. So you can just view that credential as either open badge 2.0 or 3.0 and copy it really easily. We're very interoperable with any other wallet or place that uses open badge standards. So you can transfer your credential from here to another place. We also allow you to import credentials from other places. So I'll show that in a second. And we're very interoperable. We've tested with ASU's Pocket before, and we had interoperable capability as our latest test.
Yeah, Arnav, I like the way you have that add to LinkedIn button gigantic there.
Yeah, I was just gonna show it there.
I mean, that's
Big thing, everyone
fantastic.
still uses LinkedIn right now. As long as you're still signed in on your web browser as LinkedIn, you just click it really quickly. It'll take you like, here's my LinkedIn profile. You see the name of the course, your issuing organization, your unique credential ID and URL. All of that is there already pre-populated. If you'd like to add some skills to it or media, say you worked on a coding project, for example, and you have like a link to your website or you want to upload a video of what you did, you can add the media here really easy. I think it's really nice because everyone still uses LinkedIn all the time.
I think that's really a good thing because the digital credential might say, hey, you know what, you got an A in this, or got, a great grade on whatever. But then to be able to show the evidence is really fantastic. You made it easy to do that.
Yeah, I think having that's a really big part of it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm still in school right now, so I thought it was a big part of it,
Yeah.
especially applying to jobs or whatever you're doing. But yeah, so here's all of these things from a general overview perspective. One other thing I'd like to show is, for example, if we go to internships here, not internships here, let's go to education. If you click this add button, you can add your previous education institute wherever you are, whether they're on Solo's platform, not on Solo's platform. When you're done adding all of it and click save, it'll pop up as a self-issued credential now so that you can still add that stuff into your CLRs and LERs.
So does it generate a badge then on an open badge?
Yeah, so I'm going to show you right now.
Isn't that fantastic? I think that's really fantastic. I mean, there's a place for self-assertions with evidence, and this allows you to easily create an open badge.
I was just going to say, so here's like all this information that you just inputted through like this add button right here, right? So you put all this information in, it pops up on your education, just like this in a general overview. You click view credential here. You come up here, you can see it's an open badge credential, and right at the top here, you see that it's self-issued for your MBA with all this information on it. And then in that credential information, again, you see who the issuer is, and you can see that it's John Doe issuing John Doe a credential. But same thing here, you have Open Badge 3.0 standards, you can copy it, paste it, send it to whoever you want to, and same LinkedIn stuff. This way, when you go to create that LER, which I'll show how you can do that on our platform in a second, you can still add these credentials into your LER and share them with who you need to.
So this is basically solves the problem of like, past experiences,
Yeah.
Previous experiences, and then you can just self-certify mainly, like, and it becomes interoperable, and you have put that, and you have the record of it. And then once in the future, if the college or the school that I use to issue self, if they come on board, we can overwrite it.
So you can really validate and verify. But in the meantime, you get it in there, and then you can provide evidence.
You can provide
a
evidence.
website or a project or something else, right?
It feels
absolutely.
There's always been this big sort of missing piece in the world of credentialing, and that is, there's all the formally issued credentials and things like that you would get from an authorized issuer, a formal issuing body, let's say, whether it's an educational institution or it's an employer or something like that. But there's so much that goes on outside the boundaries of, that job that you're in, or, the classes that you're taking that really need to be captured. And this is what people have been talking about. But I have to say, it's the first time I've really seen someone put it into action and provide a solution for it. That's fantastic.
I mean, you've taken a course here and there. We've all done that. And it's like, how come I didn't get a badge for that?
Yeah, I mean, the amount of training that I have ingested, consumed, I should say, through YouTube, as an example, or through Udemy, right? Where, there's no opportunity to get a badge or to, have that captured in a way that brings continuity to my portfolio, what I know and what I can do and what I've mastered. And now, the ability to capture all that's just terrific. I love it.
Yeah, absolutely. And what we have done is like, we are thinking from learner's perspective, right? Job seeker perspective. We don't want them to lose any of their skills, any of their, past experiences. So now they have ability to issue that.
Self-assert, right?
Self-serve. And they cannot wait until that institution or employer start issuing credentials.
Right.
So now, not only I have my skills ready, I have my up-to-date profile, that can be shared and that can help him either for career pathways or learning pathways.
And by the way, since you're using Open Badger standard, you can get an endorsement.
You can get endorsement, and there are things
yeah.
that we are still working on certain
So that
features.
solves the problem of somebody saying, well, you just said it. Well, I can provide evidence. I can provide a link to what I did, and I can also get somebody who to endorse it and say, yeah, it did that.
Absolutely. And then we can also have certain proofs that if they want to attach, they can attach. But the goal is like have those interoperable badges that can define your skills or achievements.
It's perfect. So this is Arnav has a weight, but there's more, right? I know with
Yeah.
There's always a lot more.
Yes. So and because we have all the learners who are with me today on this platform, like Shivana, Arnav, they just graduated, most of them, and they're still continuing their studies. And of our developers also, we have continuous pipeline of them. So we challenge them. We also ask them, what are the things that you would like to see for you, to make things better.
Well, that's a great point, because a lot of these things are done in an ivory tower from the actual students. So
yeah. Go ahead, Arnav.
Yeah, kind of going off of that a little bit. I mean, we're talking about all the courses that you like take on Udemy or YouTube, like wherever they are. So we let you import credentials here. As you can see, like we have the Stripe credential. For example, if you click on view credential for this one, you can see that it's coming from Stripe, and it shows up as unverified on our system, because the way our system works is if you view the credential here, it's on OpenBadge 2.0, and it's using the email specifically to track it. So if the email on the account is the same email that the badge is issued to, then it'll show up as verified. But since this is John Doe's account and Ramakant's the one who got the certificate, it shows up as unverified on the account. However, should that email have matched up, then it'll be verified. Or then with OpenBadge 3.0, if the DID matches up, then it'll also show up as verified. So we have that for both of them. But it makes it really easy for you to add other courses that you've taken and from other places into our platform. And going more specifically into it, when you do import that credential, you can either use the credential's web address in a Word image, or like I showed, like we have the OpenBadge JSON code, so you can paste that straight in there, and it makes it even easier for you to import credentials from other places.
That's very clever. I love the ability to be able
because so many of these people try to lock their systems down, maybe not even intentionally, but they just don't have the capabilities to make them as portable as they need to be.
So a little bit more about your own profile. This is something we all talked about, but no one really likes writing resumes, right? I mean, tailored to who you want to, do what you want to, but we have a resume template here where you can just click one of the three options, and it takes all of the information in your platform and puts it into a resume for you, with then links to your verified credentials. So if someone opens this online and wants to see one of your specific credentials, they can copy and paste the link or click the link, and it'll take them to your credential. And then this is all done for you automatically.
And Arnav, is this easy for a resume reader? Obviously, the first one definitely looks like it'd be easy for a resume reader from Workday or from, Taleo to read.
Yeah, I mean, most resume readers just scan it for words, right? They're not looking at the format, the not format, they're looking at the, like, quite literally just like strings of words when they go through and scan it. So they all have.
They're all resume reader ready.
Yeah, they all have like the way.
Open it. Yeah, sorry. Open it again, Arnav.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The first profile the first template that you see, it's ATS compatible.
That's what I figured.
Yeah, and the rest of these are like, yes, the way a fancy one you want to upload somewhere and all, like, and then if you download that, you will be able to, you can download, you can print, you can share, and again, like a James, this resume is living and breathing document. So every action that you have taken,
Constantly being updated.
Yeah, it's been.
Oh, it's always up to date. It's always up to date.
Always up to date. You don't have to create your resume going forward. Your resume is organically developed. It's your lifelong digital profile over there. And how it's built, I think Arnav is going to go back to the main page later to show you, like on our platform. Every opportunity that you enroll, you take, it just register there. You don't even have to think about it.
Yeah.
Okay. And at the end of it, hey, your profile is always there ready for you. You don't even have to think of creating one, remembering things for lifelong.
Have you seen what's going on with generative AI with resumes now? So I read an article just about a week ago, and it was a big, large company that said that they're now starting to screen out people that are using generative AI because all the resumes are looking identical. They're using the exact same generative AI prompts, and they're putting in all the description. Of course, it's pumping out this resume that is aligned to the job description, and they're saying, you know what, you can't tell them apart, and so therefore they all go in the trash can. And this is the way to say, no, these are verifiable credentials, and it's always up to date.
Yeah, well, I think too, we've become so conditioned, and I can say this for a fact because I've been guilty of it. When I've managed large teams of people and had to do a lot of hiring in that, you get very enamored with the wordsmithing in someone's resume, right? And but what a hiring manager or recruiter or someone responsible for talent management needs to be looking at more than anything is, what is this person capable of doing, right? Based on the information that's in that resume. So that's kind of what I'm seeing here, that it really helps to emphasize. I think that's hugely important. I think employers are starting to catch on to that as well. There's of course the easy button approach that you've created for keeping this resume updated, to the point that was made earlier. No one likes, writing resumes. They're a big pain to have to create, and if you're out there applying for different jobs, you're tweaking them and all that stuff. But this really helps take a lot of that work and headache out of that process. But the big thing I'm seeing here, there's still this sort of last mile to conquer in the world of digital credentialing, and that is, employers having the ability to ingest digital credentialing information into their organization as part of the recruiting and hiring process. Getting HR to really adopt the badging from that perspective. And David, you and I talked about this a lot. This is a great way to sort of bridge that issue where, you've got hiring and recruiting organizations that are still very locked into, the idea of resumes. But with this, your resume is enhanced in a way that really pulls all of that digital credentialing information through and allows the job seeker to really take advantage of that, and allows the recruiting and hiring people to take advantage of that information without necessarily having to put in, brand new solutions as part of the HR stack to literally, verbatim ingest badging information as an example. So I see that as a huge, huge plus and a big benefit of that capability.
Absolutely. And then think about it, right? As like David was mentioning about AI and all, you really don't have to create so much descriptive information about your role, skills, and all. You can look at this, you have the skills, right? For every work that you have done, achievement, there are skills out there. You can still use AI to write the way you want that to be written for the skills, what you have exactly done. But again, it's not required because the employer can see the skills of this individual which are assigned to that, particular achievements.
There's nothing wrong with using AI to clarify the skills that somebody had.
Over there. And going back to Jim, your question for corporation, for HR, leveraging now playing a bigger role, in my view, that is very, very important, very critical. Think about David working at IBM, and he has certain role to play. He's hired to do, project management. But besides project management, David does leadership, delegation sometime when leader is out of country. So he's managing certain things. So he's playing a bigger role for a period of a week or a two. Okay, so he got an opportunity for leadership, like managing, collaborating with various external, internal stakeholders, and he got certain experience, certain skills. How about like somebody within the organization issue him micro credential? Right. So
Right.
besides during your stay for like 5 years with IBM or 10 years with IBM, there are many skills you learn besides your primary role. Imagine if you get this stackable micro credential that stays on your profile. You know.
Yeah. I mean, there are things that they just don't seem to like. I went to a leadership academy at IBM for a week
Mm.
and I didn't get a badge. I didn't get anything for it. And it was a big deal,
Yeah,
and I got nothing to show for it.
exactly. And those skills can stay there. And then when it comes for your yearly evaluation, performance, all the stuff, you have proof to show.
Yeah.
You
Arnav,
know,
I guess you're continue, Arnav. I'm sorry, we just
oh, no, we are relating few things are now.
we
That's all.
derailed his demo.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I've been going off of the when you do apply for profile or to different jobs and stuff now, we have this copy profile link here. So they always ask you if you have any links to other places. If you want to share your link just as a profile link, you can share that with whoever you want to, and it'll show up with your platform. They don't need to log in or anything like that, and they can just generally have an overview to your platform, which I think is nice. And then also you have your profile CLR here, which might take a second to load.
I think this is absolutely fantastic, Arnav. The whole idea that you've now integrated everything down to the latest and greatest and what people are saying. What do we do with all these badges now? Right? How do we create a comprehensive learner record? What is an LER and how do I even do it? Most people don't even know what it means and they don't know how to do it, but you've made it like a one-click process.
Yeah,
So Jim, are you familiar with CLR though? Huh?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
so this is your CLR for every
But
single.
some people might not be, by the way, Arnav, I'm sorry, not to interrupt, but some people may not be familiar what a CLR is. Maybe you could just kind of tell them what it is.
So CLR is primarily a comprehensive learner's record where you can, like, for example, you are studying and you have multiple, like, different subjects that you have taken, you are like different achievements, right? So each and every, like, CLR comprises of multiple different LERs. Those are with you. You can put everything together and create one CLR. So that one will have a list of all your achievements, all your education, all your stuff. So rather than giving everything to somebody, you can just take a pieces of LERs that you want to share with XYZ. You just click those and create CLR. And we are going to show you how to create CLR when we go there.
So, Dish, you know what's really important about that is that there's, I get this all the time, and Jim does too. Oh, there's just too many badges out there. Oh, there's this proliferation of badges. There's too many badges. And my argument to that has always been, how many Google pages is too many?
Mm-hmm.
Well, more than 5 is probably too many if you don't have a search engine and a way to filter those results. And I think, Sudesh, what you're saying is, you may have, badges for fishing or for some gaming, but you also have some for a tech stack. Let's show them just the tech stack one. They don't need to see the fishing ones, but that doesn't mean I don't want them.
It's your accomplishment. It's
right.
what you earned,
Right. But it's not important. It's not important for job XYZ. It might be important for something else. So with a CLR, you can basically filter out and say, here's the comprehensive learner record or the resume for this particular application, right?
Yeah.
Very good. And that is exactly, and we are going to show it to you over there. Good.
With this button, you get your entire profile CLR. So every single badge you have.
Right.
If you go over here into your credential wallet, so here's our credential wallet on Solo. You can filter from issued, imported, open badges, and different things like that. But you can see every different credential that was issued for you. So if you filter to imported, for example, you can see that Stripe credential that we saw earlier with the imported ones and how that was issued. And then if you go back, you can filter to your CLRs. And now these are all of the different CLRs that you've created yourself. So with that, say we go back to the open badges here. and you just want these front end, full stack, and associate developer ones because you're applying to a software engineering role. So these are the only ones you want. You just click create CLR, you add your name, description, expiry date, and an image. Click save, and it'll save for you. So now if we go back to these CLRs and look at this, let's say new CLR here, you click view credential. You can see that John Doe created this credential. And for example, in this one here, you have mobile app development and PWA professional. So you see just these two
So
credentials.
that's the filtering that's just perfect.
Yeah, so you can filter into how you need to. And again, you can copy this JSON file, share it to whoever you want to, share it through links here, and see everything you need to for just these credentials. That way, like we talked about earlier, you don't want your phishing credential on there if you're going to apply for a web developer job, right? You can just show the ones you need to for the job that you're applying for. But you can still see, again, all of the ones that you have, because it's still important that you have the credentials that are yours and that you want.
Or you can do the whole thing, like you said,
Amazingly
right?
simple.
Or you can do the whole thing. You can do as many as you want to, as little as you want to, as long as you have two.
Right.
So far, our profile that you see on the CLR, we take everything that you have. So now,
right.
Is that like everybody doesn't have to do that, right? They can just pick the one that they want to do it and create their CLR and use that CLR for your profile. Over there. You know,
Which can ultimately, if you're a job seeker, become part of that resume that gets handed to somebody in terms of a link that can bring them back. So yeah, it's pretty amazing, actually. I mean, how well you've done at
yeah, because I think that many of these sessions, right, every time they talk about the same problem without addressing, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we took one by one, you know, and then try to address it. Yes, still there is a long way to go, but again, I think the more we get adoption, the more they start using, and the more feedback we get, we can make these things better.
Well, I think it's pretty amazing. Is there anything else to show us, Arnav? I know that you had that homepage.
Yeah, so I was just gonna get to the homepage really quickly. So I mean, we just saw your profile and all the different things you can do from all the different courses and things you take as imported, not imported. So on your homepage, you can actually see all of the different courses, internships, live projects that you can like take with us that are offered from various different institutes. So for example,
a company can populate this and they can create a curated list of training or whatever. So whether it's an enterprise or a workforce center or a school, right? Or
yeah, you can add whatever your own trainings are. Say IBM has XYZ courses. You can, on our back end, actually, we make it really easy for you to just bulk upload all of your courses, but you can upload all of your courses and then it'll show up here on the opportunities for your learners to take. So you can see the different courses from solos here. You can choose course, internship, live project, hackathon, search for it. If you already know the exact name, you can type in the exact opportunity name and search for it, however you want to. So the way ours is set up right now is kind of more for a tech stack, but you can set this up however you want to and filter by category. Say that's HR development, like human relations, like whatever you need to, and you can filter this to the categories that you want for your specific organization. And then you can also filter here for paid or unpaid, whether or not you're getting paid for it, have to pay for it, or whatever you need to. But you can go down, you can kind of see the skills that are offered if you hover over, like for this fundamental software, you can see that it's information security and cyber defense tools. You can see that for all of them. Data warehouse one has 9 different skills, and you can see all of them. You can also in an overview see if anyone has given a review and then also the cost of them.
So one thing, James, this entire platform that you see today, we focus on only one industry, which is tech and innovation industry. So all the opportunities that you see there, like learning, courses, internships, jobs, all for tech sector. Okay, we are focusing only on one industry right now, so that the learners and the job seekers, they know that they are looking for tech and innovation sectors opportunity. So you are going to see everything. And the way Arnav showed you the skills and all, those skills are like, what are the badges that you will get for completion of that? And those skills are tied to the badges. So you have the learning pathways there. over there. So that can help individual. Hey, I want these skills. This course will give me those skills before even they start working on it. So in advance what are the skills that you will get it. Okay, and then there are jobs also over there. Go ahead, Anna.
Yeah, so going off of that, our skills, once you get all those skills, and as you saw on your own profile page, like your top skills were kind of up there. What we started doing now is skill matching based off of jobs, so off of full-time jobs here that you want. For example, all of those skills that you have, we show you different jobs that you can get. So for example, here's this React.js developer one, right? You click on it. It was the first one on your homepage because for us, you're 100% skill matched for this with all of these skills being over 70% matched in the green.
Are you using like talent neuron data or something like that? What are you using to pull the data from?
This is already there in the system today. Like your resume has all the skills.
Oh, okay. So these are descriptions for jobs, but they're not links to actual apply, right? Oh,
no,
yeah.
they are not. So now when you apply it, it will tie to every.
Okay, so but where are you pulling the data from?
Data is already there in the system today.
But I mean, you're coming from some data source.
So for example, this is a posted job.
Mm-hmm.
The job is posted by an employer. Okay, and employer has asked for these skills.
Right.
So the job is posted actually in the Solo platform.
Yeah.
Yes, the job is.
Okay, I got it. So people can do that. Okay, so okay.
Mm-hmm. You are in a platform, so we are giving you, hey, these are the match skills for because John Doe has logged in over there as an individual. So for him, we are bringing all the opportunity and also showing them what are the jobs those are matched for your skills over there. Mm-hmm. And which skills are matched for you. So now you decide if you want to apply for it. So those, the moment they click on the job, they will know exactly what are the match skills because we already have your skills over there.
So can this be white labeled then for a company?
This is for white label for companies.
It's all white labeled.
Well, yeah,
so a company, yeah.
Exactly. That's kind of how I was seeing. I mean, an organization could drop this into their business and populate it with all of their
apprenticeship program, right?
Yeah, I mean, a career progression-minded organization or company that wants to ensure that its employees have visibility and easy access to other opportunities in the organization. This would be, oh my God, from a talent management and career growth and just the whole 9 yards. There's so many.
I mean, going off of that, like if you know that you want to go work in a specific job field and you come here and look at the important skills that you need and you see you're lacking, for example, information security policies, you go find the class that you need to take that and your skill match will be significantly higher after that.
I mean, I know for a fact that there are education-oriented initiatives in the IT world out there today that are in service of helping the disenfranchised, the underserved, or adult learners,
exactly,
those that are getting out of the military and trying to start a new career, post-military, whatever it might be.
Government boards, job boards.
Exactly, and are going through trying to train up, it's
and to have everything in one single place here. I've never seen a badge platform that did this.
So yeah, kind of continuing a little bit. One of the big things, other big things that we have is this conversation side on the left-hand side. You can follow the people that you want to, whether that's other learners that you like, your friends, family, whoever, employers that you're interested in learning more about, and then also educational institutes. And whenever you follow them, their posts will then come up on your conversation feed. So you can kind of filter that to the industry and sector that you want to learn more about. So whenever they post something, you can see all of the stuff that's going on. And then you can also post different things that you're doing. So this add button at the top here, you can share whatever you'd like to, add an image if you want, write as much as you want to, click post, and it'll just come up as hello here. And if you go over here to your conversation section, it pops up as your post, and the people following you will also see whatever you're posting.
So that's kind of good for instructors as well, too, right? Instructors or people that are working on group projects or things like that.
Yeah, so you can filter and say you're taking a class and your instructor posts something, and it'll just pop up maybe as an announcement, for example.
So this then it becomes a social. I think Arnav went a little bit fast.
Social learning, really.
Yeah. So Arnav, go back to the post again. Just social.
Because an instructor can come up there and say, hey,
No,
here's what we
no,
need for this week, or a student can say, hey, here's a resource I found, or whatever.
Yeah, the moment he posts, right, then the moment it goes and it will bring you entire social media. So now you're just going to stay over there. So look at what is trending. The feeds that we are bringing today, which are what is the top trending in technology. Okay, what is trending? What is trending and what is community generated over there. So whatever community creates, we bring it out there. So they can just start learning, following what is happening in the tech industry, check what other companies are doing, check what other institutions are doing, learn from there, create their own stuff. So the focus is on that specific industry, okay, specific industry to learn more and contribute. Coming down to this live project, right? Scroll it down a little bit. Okay, this live project is what is going on now. You don't have to wait for it because we support many startups, and startups always have work. They don't have money. So now they can they can ask for students to either join and get like industry experience, or there is an option where they can also offer like gig work, right? They can also say, I can list down all my challenges in a live projects. You can create challenges, and the students or the job seekers can take individual challenge based on their skills, and start collaborating with the project owner. So after completion, they can start issuing them badges, credential, plus all their payments and all can be taken offline by the project. We don't do that, but there is, that entire collaboration can happen. Imagine in colleges, universities, when they run many pilot projects, research projects over there. You can put that in the live projects and just start issuing credentials for all the students who are collaborating on the project, real-time projects.
I've run across so many people who are confused about a lot of the information that's out there around CLR and LER. Every one of those people need to see this, because this puts it into real world context and shows that it's not a, these terms don't represent something that is complex, at least on the surface. I know, there's a lot of sophistication, a lot of work that goes in behind the scenes to enable that kind of capability, for sure. But that is among other things, one of the bigger things that has stood out for me here is this is like a person would look at this and go, okay, I totally get it now. I totally get this concept of CLR or LER, whichever term you'd like.
Simplifying the user experience, the more they use, and they start doing by themselves, because it's easy. It's not the entire concept is complex, but once you start using it, you don't have to think about much, because you now know not only how to issue credentials, how to use those credentials to create your comprehensive learning record over there and leverage that comprehensive learning record for your growth, for your benefit, for your, success.
Yeah. So Arnav, this has been a really great, demo. Where can people go to find out more? Or I guess if they want to go into a deeper dive, what do they do next?
So we have Arnav will share you the deck. In the deck, we have a contact information. You have all my details, our emails and all. I don't know. Yeah, there are contact details over there, and you can just send that hello. And there is a sign up on the website. If you go to, there is a sign up. They can sign up if they're an institution employee. And this is again private white label. We are not getting into SaaS at this point. We are still working, but white label becomes like easier for us over there, so that is what we are doing right now. We already have few pilots locally in the US as well as international, who has collaboration with some university in the US. And so we'll be happy to support whoever need help in this area.
Perfect. Thank you so much for this. This was a great demo. Thank you.
Thank you all so much. Appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedules. And this is
thank you.
incredibly enlightening and
Thank you.
encouraging. It's great to see something like this that is, so comprehensive and has taken so many of the concepts that, we've heard about and has been talked about for so long and, has become a reality. So thank you for sharing.
Thank you for inviting us. Thank you for inviting us. Thank you for really appreciate giving us opportunity to share, because we do want more community, more institutions, and like community colleges and who are not familiar with this concept to come and work with us, run the pilot. We'll support them. Okay, we'll support them all the way to get whatever the knowledge is needed and guide them through and this entire platform is fully customizable based on your institution needs. So you don't have to take everything that you need. You can only, if you're an institution, you can just make credential issuance and wallets. And if you want to have some other features, if you have your employers and all connected, we can bring all the employment stuff. We can help you set up your career, so your learning pathways for your institution, career pathways. There are many things we can do, but I'm looking forward to see how we can contribute to this, new skill-based ecosystem and provide support. Arnav and I both are in Phoenix, so you can reach out anytime. Anyone can reach out, and our details are on the website.
Thank you.
I'm sure we're going to be hearing a whole lot more about Solo. Sure. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you again. Really appreciate it.
Are you looking to launch a digital badging program or improve an existing one? Look no further than Digital Badge Academy. Our highly popular online masterclass will help you gain the skills and insights necessary to achieve success. Enroll now and start learning today.